Hi there. We are going to add some depth to our track today by putting in a low voice that we're going to call our drone. We can also call this a pedal tone because of the depth of the sound and how continuous it is, even though it won't necessarily follow the chord changes the same way the other bass part does. So the first thing we need to do here is consider that the beginning of the actual song by The Weeknd doesn't start right away with drums. In fact, the drums don't come into the ninth measure. So I'm going to move my drum parts over here. The bass part that we sequenced also doesn't come in on the very beginning. And the melody that we've learned doesn't come in measure 9 quite the same way that we would expect it to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my chords, these space chords with the common tones that we sequenced the other day. I'm going to leave those in place, just sequence them out, and just pull this loop over to give a little bit of continuity here. But the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new track. Let's use a synth, and let's use a pad. We're going to want a low sound that is going to sustain. So for example, if we tried to use like the Atlantic pad, watch what happens here when I hit record. The sound is not going to last for as long as I need it to last. When I press and hold the key, I need the sound to be continuous. Okay, we're going to end up using the it's F1 or the F above C4 to make that sound. Okay, so watch what happens when I hit record. This note's not going to last, and it won't be a good pedal tone. So that low sound is already gone. And if I let this keep going, you'll see that the note fragment, I'm going to stop this, the note fragment says it's playing, but if we listen back, it's not there. Now, hear me out and listen to the difference of a different pad. Let's change this to, we're going to stay in pads. I happen to like the Explorer pad for this sound. Let's start from the beginning here. Oh, cool. There's our sound. Okay. Watch this sustain all the way. Okay. It even does this neat kind of fade in and out thing. Sort of this little sequence here. But right now it feels too loud. I can adjust that later on. I'll teach you all about that. Okay. We're going to let this continue. You're going to say, well, around there it starts to sound wrong. You're right. It does. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trim this so that it's only 4 measures long. And over here, I'm going to turn the volume down and see what this sounds like. Cool. That sounds just like the beginning. In fact, there's one more thing I want to correct here. I don't know if you caught this, but I did not start my note all the way at the beginning of the measure. I'm just going to drag this to the very beginning and make sure it goes to the end. There we go. So this is called a pedal tone, and it's going to have that nice sweeping sound. So I'm going to try one more thing here to give my track some more depth. I'm going to put my cursor to measure 9 here. And I'm going to use the roots of each chord. Remember our chords were F minor, C minor, E flat major, and B flat major. So I'm going to play F, that was F1, C1, E flat 1, and it's the B flat below. See if I can show this to you. That's not what I wanted to do, but here we go. Okay, here's the instrument. There's my B flat below C1. Okay, so it's F on W, C1, E flat 1, and B flat 0, B flat below C1. How cool is that? Sounds so nice. All right, so cursor at measure 9. Let's hit record. We're going to hold these for the duration of each chord, so it's going to be 8 beats or 2 measures each. F, C, E flat, B flat. Listen to this. This is going to sound awesome. Cool. All right, I'm going to trim my region here. And if I listen to this from the beginning, we're going to do some more with this later, but you can sort of preemptively balance the volume here. Awesome. Cool. All right, I'm pretty sure my notes do not start in the right place every time. So within this loop, I'm going to select all my regions. I just did Command A. I'm on a Mac, but you can do Control A also. And I'm going to right click and hit Quantize. And I'm going to do whole notes 1 to 1. And it's going to bring it to the start of the nearest whole note. So now this region starts at the beginning of each whole note. Cool. Sounds great. Good. Nice job. All right. Let's pack it in for now. And the next step is we're going to add the acapella vocals. See you in a bit.